Hey, just hold right there for a sec, please. Just wait till they let you in. There you go.
Alright. Alright, drop all your stuff, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Novak, good to see you again.
We just have to have a quick bundle.
They took him from us. They sent him back.
Hello, friend. Did you pay entry
Drop
fee,
everything,
friend?
man.
Yeah.
There is no entry fee. Stop it.
I'm missing like 20 rounds of motion now.
Back. Alright.
Always
for
trying
anyone
to
that-
make a profit.
Yeah, for anyone coming in or already here, there's no entry fee, and if you pay one, you're gullible and dumb. I'm sorry.
Yes, gullible and dumb. Follow mod, yes. All gullible and dumb.
Good.
Follow mod, yes.
Unbelievable.
Alright, everybody.
A bunch of...
If I can have your attention, please, everybody. Can we quiet down that infected back there, please?
It's,
Excuse me, ma'am. Please be quiet.
cheesecake we don't have access to.
The face is showing right there.
Yeah, you could just...
Do I have permission to attempt?
Security, if we could good morning. Thank you for coming all the way here. I know some of you have traveled a long ways. We all know why we're here, to pay respects to a great man that is no longer with us, Samaritan. I guess to get things started, I want to say a little bit about who he was to me and what he meant. You know, when I washed up on these shores, I was cold, afraid, didn't know my left from my right. But then I ran into the Samaritan in the overlook, and he took me in, he fed me, you know, he gave me a purpose, and he showed me that people could be kind. And from that day forward, you know, I knew that there was still hope in these lands. And I know some of you, you know, including myself, have seen some of the most evil things done in these lands. But I can assure you that Samaritan, him and his white hard hat, stood for something good, for hope, for growth. And I know I will be trying to live on and carry on his legacy. And I hope that you guys, if you guys take anything away from today, I hope that it's, you know, growth is hope.
One at a time, close the door.
Now, with that being said, Mr. Everlike, where are you?
Hello, my friends. Thank you for coming here for the Samaritan. Yeah. So, first of all, I want to tell you a quick story. The story took place about 2 years and 3 months ago.
Sorry. Let's simmer down over here in this corner.
Pick your stuff up. Be quiet.
Alright.
The story took place about 2 years and 3 months ago. Back in the day I was kinda new, unexperienced, but full of hope, and when I tried to make my way up from Electro to some towns more north, when I arrived at those two military tents just north of Electro, I saw a guy. I was scared, but something drove me to take the risk and talk to him. I did so, and it turned out that this guy was no threat to me, so he said he was from the 506, but back in the days I did not know any groups or factions or even people at all. So I was just happy that he did not kill or rob me, so after a quick talk he told me that I should take the road that leads to the right, and when the forest ends, on the hill to the left, there is a man, a fire and food, and I thought, like company, a warm fire and food are all things I like, so I tried to find a place, even if I was pretty sure to never find a place, because the description was actually pretty poor and my nation was bad. So, but against all my expectations, I followed his description and found a bar on the hill. When I arrived, I've seen no one, absolutely no one. But then I heard someone chopping down trees, and out of the woods there was a strong man walking with a heavy woodlock on his shoulders. He let it fall to the ground and said, "Hello, my friend. I'm the Samaritan. We had a good talk. You offered me food. And my friends, I want you to remember that back in these days, there was no overlook at all. The overlook was not even in sight. There was just this man on the hill in Staroya, trying to provide a place for people to meet, warm up, eat and drink, just the basics of life." This was the first time I met the Samaritan, and from that day on our relationship grew. I settled down in Pusta, which is not too far. Actually, I never thought I would meet someone twice in these lands, but yeah. But regularly, almost every days, we visited each other. Sometimes so often that he was at my place and I was on his. So I look back to these days with a smile on my face.
Excuse me.
As you can imagine, my friends, a whole lot of shit happened after that. And I know time is too short to list or even mention all good, crazy, also bad or sad things that happened to the Samaritan and me. And I also don't need to count or list all of them for you to know who he was, because all of you that are here today, all of you all have your own stories and your own memories with the Samaritan. And this is exactly what we should focus on today, the memories we have about him. But, my friends, before you all go into conversations or your head to recap all these memories, there are a few last words I want to say. It is no doubt that barely anyone in these lands had done so much good for everyone. And that is the point. A lot of people do good things, some more, some less, but the Samaritan did good to everyone, and always. I cannot count how many lives the Samaritan has saved. How many lives were saved just because of this man and his faction and helpers.
Please silence that.
Hey babe, hey, can I call you back?
Please,
Yeah, I'm at
just
a bar
think
mitzvah
about
right
how
now.
often.
Okay, yeah.
Please just think about how often your life was saved because of him. And besides that, was a friend. Please, my friends and friends of the Samaritan, use this day to remember the Samaritan as he was, not for and for who he was. Put away thoughts about his death, because we don't need his fury and danger today. Trashy days, fishing parties, long walks, long talks, good friends, fireplaces, radio listenings, farming tomatoes in coast camps and building. These are things that come to my mind when I think about him. Thank you for everyone, for everything, Samaritan. Thank you for all the memories and the good times. May you rest in peace. Thank you.
Does anybody else from the Overlook want to say some kind words before we go forward? Yeah, I'd like to speak. Okay, floor is all yours, Justin. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Obviously, Samaritan has played a very big part in all of our lives. So the Overlook was the first community camp I ever found here in Chernarus. It was the first place I saw any other friendly faces at all. You know, I've been given food, clothing, shelter, supplies, medicine. I've been helped more times than I can count, and I'm sure most people here can probably say the same. The Overlook has gone through some changes over the years, different locations, different providers, but the Samaritan was always there. He was like no one I've ever met before. He had a wise, calming presence. He Sorry, he was a wise man, calming presence, voice was very soothing. He was friendly, you know, it was
different from most people I'd encountered. He'd obviously witnessed some horrors, as all of us have, but he was still determined to help others. He was a friend to so many different people. He was our leader. He was the heart of the Overlook. Now Samaritan may be gone, but his spirit will still live on in all of us. You know, we are the providers still, and the Overlook will continue. Growth is hope, and rest in peace, Samaritan. Thank you.
Excuse me. Most of you may not know me. My name is Alexander. I'm a provider from the Overlook.
Who's that?
I knew Samaritan before I became a provider. I came from a pretty complicated background. Most of you who know me know that. The thing I can say about Samaritan is he was definitely a complicated man. Probably got more complicated towards the end. Be that as it may, Samaritan never ever compromised on his integrity and the things that he wanted for the Overlook. And I don't think there's many people in Trinaris that can say that. So the one thing I'm going to remember him by is him sticking to his guns with his principles. Because there's not a lot of that goes around in Trinaris, and it will be sorely missed. That's for sure.
Thank you. Anybody else from the Overlook feeling up to the task? Don't be shy. Okay, Callista.
I've heard many stories today about how people came here, how they were lost, and how the Samaritan gave them not just food and shelter, but a mission to fill the void in their souls. How he gave their lives purpose, how he gave them hope. Hope that there would be a different path for them, maybe even a path of peace, a path of helping each other. Personally, I remember a different incident about him. Tom and I, we were in the fields cutting up a cow, and his voice came over the radio that we were watched, that people were coming up on us, that people were aiming their guns on us. And he took a shot. And he sent that person who was aiming at us to the coast from several hundred yards away. And when I stopped running, stopped being afraid of being shot in the back myself, I realized one thing, and that was, holy shit, Sam is dangerous. He's not weak, as some people thought of him. He deliberately chose his path of peacefulness and neutrality. He could have been someone different. He could have been a very intimidating guy. But he didn't choose, but he chose not to be like that. He chose a different path. A very, very thorny path. It's long and rocky, and it always seems to be uphill. It is now on us to keep walking it. I like to believe he is still on that road with us, keeping us straight. Growth is hope, he always said. And as long as we continue to grow as people, at least for me, there's hope for a better world. So, goodbye, Sam. And on a more personal note, fuck you guys who are here and so disrespectful, throwing tomatoes at me, yawning and doing what God knows what. You know, today, I am not in that peaceful mode. Sam, forgive me for that.
Sorry.
Yes. Maud first man with hat. When Maud go here, threaten very dumb man named Tom. Say, build Maud house. Yes. Samaritan built Maud a very nice house. Yes. In return, Maud not shoot. Yes. Only took verbal abuse. Yes. That now. Yes. Maud wrote poem. Yes. Okay. He wore a dumb hat. He was not a horse but a man. Very dumb and dumb way of life. When he died it went splat. Growth is hope. He always said, and as long as we to grow as people, there is always a way of hope, yes. Clap for Maud, yes. Yes, clap, yes.
Beautiful.
You back there, Tony?
Yeah,
Come
Tony,
up here.
speech.
Tony.
Say some words, Tony.
Tony, don't be shy now.
Well, alright. So, I only think I ever met the Samaritan maybe once. And I don't even think it was memorable because I'm not even sure if it happened. But I always heard about everyone who would talk about him. You know, being a nice guy, all that stuff. You know, I got the message, you know, help people. I know people don't like, you know, people feeling like they're helping the weak or whatever like that. But, you know, there's something to be said about helping a guy get some food so you can see what he's really all about. You know, some of the best guys I know, the strongest guys I know, you know, can't grow a tomato to save their lives, right? So,
Thank you.
honestly, you know, this line of work, it ain't easy. A lot of people take it for granted, and a lot of people do bad stuff. You know, we know firsthand, you know, with our own deaths and stuff like that. So, I really feel for you guys. You know, it sucks to lose somebody, especially someone who's, you know, so close to you guys' core. You know, one day it's gonna be the meek that inherit the earth, right? So, we have to stand up and eventually do something about it. And I hope that, you know, that day comes later than it comes sooner, but if it needs to come sooner, everyone needs to be ready for it. Rest in peace, Samaritan.
Sorry, but I have a few things to say before everyone fucks off back to the holes they came from. This whole thing is fucking pathetic. Look at all of you, eh? Look at you all. It's all a waste of fucking time, this whole thing. Right? Samaritan has fucking died. There are people on the front row playing fucking music. It's a joke. It really is. Look around, right? One fucking problem in this world that we can all agree on is the people over in Yorker. Right? Everyone hates them. Everyone in this fucking room has a reason not to like those fuckers. And yet here we all are, standing here, remembering a dead man, when we could be doing something. Right now, we could be doing something about this problem. All of us have lost friends. Every single one of us has lost friends. Even regime have lost people because of them. All of us hate them. So let's go to Gorka right now, eh? Let's fucking solve the problem. No? No one? You all that cowardice, really?
Continue to
Go
mourn.
on. Raise your hands if you're interested. Go on.
Cry harder.
Boom boom.
We got a few people who got some balls. Yeah. Yeah. Right, if you're with me, then let's
Before we
fucking
run
do
in
this,
scales.
alright? Let's get some justice.
Will you avenge my choice? Will you help